You may have heard the saying that 80% of success is just showing up. But what happens when simply showing up feels like the most difficult task of all? Every day, we navigate a storm of challenges and choices, from the mundane to the monumental. It isn't merely about making decisions, it's about making the right decisions, the ones that sculpt a life of purpose. This is where the ancient philosophy of Stoicism becomes more than a tool. It becomes a roadmap, guiding us toward resilience and true self-mastery. Today, we will uncover the principles that promise a life of greater purpose and calm in the face of chaos. Whether you are a student buried under coursework, a professional swept away by the current of your career, or simply someone trying to navigate the day without being defeated by it, these timeless lessons are forged for the crucible of modern life. We will explore practical strategies to empower you, helping you meet life's unpredictable tides with grace and wisdom. From guarding your time as your most precious asset to mastering your own emotional weather, Stoicism offers far more than comfort. It offers a blueprint for action, one you can begin to follow today. So stay with us as we discover how these ancient insights can become your modern superpowers. If you find value in our journey together, a simple and free way to show your support is to subscribe. And I encourage you to stay for the entire exploration. Every moment is designed to offer an insight you won't want to miss. 1. Seek challenges. Stoicism is not a philosophy of passive endurance. It is an invitation to actively seek the challenges that stretch us beyond the familiar borders of our comfort zone. The great Stoic minds, from Seneca to Marcus Aurelius, viewed challenges not as obstacles, but as essential opportunities for growth and self-discovery. Every time we step into the unknown, we are not just confronting a difficulty, we are engaging in a profound act of self-improvement. When we embrace challenges, we do more than simply survive them. We thrive because of them. It is in these crucibles of difficulty, when we are tested to our very limits, that we unearth the hidden strengths and untapped reserves that lie dormant within us. Think of the last time you faced something that seemed insurmountable. Remember that feeling of accomplishment when you came through to the other side? That is growth in its purest form. So ask yourself, what is it that you fear? What challenge have you been avoiding, believing it to be too daunting? Perhaps it's public speaking, learning a new skill, or tackling a project that feels beyond you. Whatever it may be, consider this. That very fear, that hesitation, is a signpost. It points directly to your next great opportunity for growth. Lean into it. Embrace it. Because in the realm of Stoicism, growth is not about reaching a destination. It is about expanding the boundaries of what you once believed was possible. So let us not shy away from these challenges. Let us meet them head-on, knowing that with each step, we are not only becoming better equipped for the next one, but more deeply connected to the truest version of ourselves. 2. Choose your influences. The Stoics understood a profound truth. Our environment shapes us, and nothing in that environment is more powerful than the people we choose to keep close. Just as a plant thrives in fertile soil, we too flourish when surrounded by enriching influences. This is why they stressed the importance of being selective with our associations, a lesson as vital today as it was 2,000 years ago. While we may not choose our family, we absolutely choose our friends, our mentors, and the role models we wish to emulate. This choice is critical, for these are the people who will color our thoughts, guide our actions, and ultimately forge our character. The great philosopher Seneca advised us to seek out those who embody the virtues we ourselves wish to cultivate. Their qualities can become our own, not just through their words, but through the silent example of their lives. Now, take a moment to consider your own circle. Do these individuals inspire you? Do they challenge you to reach for greatness, or do they lull you into complacency? Do their values align with those you aspire to hold? These questions are vital because their answers can define the trajectory of your personal growth. Surround yourself with people who reflect not just who you are, but who you want to become. Choose friends who challenge your thinking and motivate you to rise above the petty. This isn't about seeking perfection in others, but finding those who are earnestly striving to better themselves, who embrace their imperfections while working to overcome them. In a world of infinite connections, be strategic about who you allow into your inner world. See this not as a judgment, but as a conscious curation of your personal environment, designing a space that is fertile ground for your own growth. 3. Focus on your response. Stoicism offers a powerful truth. Life is unpredictable, and its currents will not always flow in our favor. But while we cannot control the external events that disrupt our lives, we hold absolute dominion over how we respond to them. This core principle teaches that our response is the ultimate testament to our character, a pure reflection of our deepest values. When life throws the unexpected at you, the impulse is to react, to let frustration or disappointment seize control. But Stoicism invites us to find power in the pause. The next time you are confronted by a situation that goes awry, a project that fails, a sudden financial blow, a personal betrayal, do not react. Instead, pause. This moment of stillness is your sanctuary. It is the space between stimulus and reaction where choice is born. In that space, ask yourself what your ideal self would do. How can you respond in a way that is aligned with your values? Perhaps it means meeting the problem with calm clarity instead of anger. Perhaps it means offering forgiveness where resentment wants to take root. Or perhaps it is about seeking a solution rather than dwelling on the problem. Here lies your true power, not in changing the uncontrollable events outside of you, but in mastering the world within. This Stoic practice does more than just soften the blow of a negative event. It is the very act of cultivating lifelong resilience. With every conscious response, we strengthen our character, turning each of life's challenges into a stepping stone toward a more virtuous and resilient self. 4. Say yes to what matters. In a world cluttered with endless notifications and demands for our attention, the ability to say yes to what truly matters has become a superpower. This is a central teaching in Stoicism, which urges us to focus our energy on what we can control and align our actions with our deepest values. The philosophy teaches a simple but profound equation. Every time we say yes to one thing, we are inherently saying no to another. This is the constant trade-off of our existence. When you grasp the power of this idea, your decisions become more intentional. When you choose to dedicate an evening to your career, you are saying no to an evening of leisure. When you choose to be with your family instead of working late, you are prioritizing relationships over professional demands. The key is to make these choices with full awareness, ensuring they reflect what is genuinely important to you. This Stoic approach requires a deliberate evaluation of your options. Which choices will bring you closer to the person you aspire to be? Which actions will infuse your life with meaning? This may mean saying no to small distractions, to minor commitments that do not serve your greater purpose. It could be declining a casual invitation to spend an evening with an enlightening book, or choosing to work on a personal project instead of aimlessly scrolling through social media. By practicing this disciplined form of decision-making, you begin to sculpt a life that is not just more focused, but richer in meaning and truer to your ideals. Remember, every yes is a declaration of your values, and every no is an act of protecting them. Wield these choices wisely, for they are the very building blocks of a life well lived. 5. Be a master of yourself. To master oneself is one of the most profound challenges a person can undertake, and Stoicism places it at the very heart of its philosophy. This ancient wisdom asserts that self-discipline is the bedrock of a meaningful life. It is the act of governing your actions, emotions, and thoughts, ensuring they are in harmony with your deepest values and highest goals. The concept of self-mastery is all-encompassing. It ranges from resisting fleeting temptations to maintaining an unwavering focus on your long-term vision. When faced with the siren call of immediate gratification, skipping a workout to watch television, choosing fast food over a healthy meal, the Stoic practice of self-mastery is about making the harder choice in the moment for the greater reward later. But this mastery extends beyond just resisting temptation. It is about regulating your emotional responses to the world. Stoicism teaches that our emotions should inform us, not command us. Instead, we should guide them with reason. When provoked, rather than erupting in anger, the Stoic pauses, reflects on the source of the feeling, and chooses a course of action that is measured and virtuous. Furthermore, to master yourself is to govern your thoughts. It means being mindful of the stories you tell yourself, challenging the narratives of self-doubt, and cultivating a mindset that fuels your aspirations. This is not a skill acquired overnight. It is forged through daily practice and persistence, requiring constant vigilance and the courage to make difficult choices. The reward, however, is immense. By mastering yourself, you achieve a profound sense of freedom, the autonomy that comes from knowing you are living by design, not by default. You, and you alone, set the terms of your engagement with the world. 6. Protect your time. Time, the Stoics reminded us, is our most precious and finite commodity. Unlike any other resource, once it is spent, it is gone forever. Stoic philosophy places a profound emphasis on being mindful of how we use this irreplaceable asset, urging us to live each moment with purpose, in alignment with our deepest values. Think of it. Every day, every hour, every breath is an opportunity to shape our existence. Yet without conscious attention, it is all too easy for time to slip through our fingers, consumed by trivialities and distractions. The Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius wrote of seizing each day as if it were our last, not as a morbid preoccupation, but as a powerful call to live with intention and fullness. How, then, can you ensure your time is well spent? It begins with a clear understanding of what is truly important to you. Once you have defined your values and goals, you can begin to audit your daily life. Are you spending hours lost in the digital haze of social media when you could be connecting with family, pursuing a fulfilling hobby, or advancing your career? To treat your time as the treasure. It means to set firm boundaries, to say no to things that do not serve your higher purpose. This isn't about being miserly with your hours, but about being selective, choosing quality over quantity. Moreover, protecting your time means being organized and strategic. Plan your days with intention. Prioritize tasks based on their true significance, and eliminate the habits that waste your energy. It is about creating systems that help you work smarter, not harder, ensuring that you are always moving in the direction of your life's great objectives. 7. Do the hard things. The Stoics were masters of resilience, viewing hardship not as something to be avoided, but as the very chisel that shapes a virtuous and meaningful life. They taught that embracing difficult tasks, those that push us beyond our comfort zones, is essential for forging strength of character. Stoicism doesn't just tolerate challenges, it encourages us to actively seek them out, to lean into the friction, because that is where true growth is found. When we speak of doing hard things, we are not just referring to physical trials, though those are important. This includes wrestling with complex problems, making agonizing decisions, and navigating emotionally charged situations. These experiences demand our patience, our endurance, and our resolve. But according to Stoic philosophy, It is precisely through these tests that our character is tempered and refined. Each challenge is an opportunity to practice virtues like courage, perseverance, and wisdom. Consider the act of a grueling mountain climb. While physically demanding, the true reward lies in the mental and spiritual growth that occurs with each upward step, a victory not just of the body, but of the will. Or think of a difficult project at work. The process of navigating its complexities builds not just skill, but patience and fortitude. The Stoics would argue that a life spent on the path of least resistance is a life of confinement. We may remain comfortable, but we also remain trapped within the narrow limits of our existing capabilities. When we choose to do the hard things, however, we shatter those limits. We discover new strengths and expand our very understanding of who we are. 8. Make others better. Stoicism reaches beyond the self, extending its principles to the well-being of the entire human community. The Stoic philosophers understood that true progress cannot be achieved in isolation. Our own improvement is deeply interwoven with the betterment of those around us. They championed a spirit of mutual support, knowing that when we help uplift others, the benefits return to us twofold. We not only enhance the lives we touch, but also enrich our own experience and character. Helping others grow is not about dispensing advice or solving their problems for them. It is about being a positive force that inspires and encourages. It can be as simple as listening with full presence when someone is struggling, offering a word of support when they are filled with doubt, or sharing knowledge that can help them overcome an obstacle. Each of these small acts has the power to make a significant impact. For the Stoics, the act of making others better is a direct practice of virtues like generosity, empathy, and kindness, qualities that define a meaningful life. By fostering an environment where people feel supported and valued, you help create a community where everyone can thrive. This outward focus does not diminish your own pursuits. It amplifies them, creating a ripple effect of positivity and growth that extends far beyond yourself. Moreover, seeing the world through the lens of service can offer fresh perspectives on your own challenges. It can teach you patience, deepen your capacity for empathy, and provide a sense of fulfillment that solitary achievements rarely can. The joy derived from watching others succeed, knowing you played a part, is one of life's most profound and lasting rewards. 9. Practice gratitude. The Stoics understood that much of our dissatisfaction arises from a mind fixed on what we lack, rather than what we possess. They advocated for the daily practice of gratitude as a powerful antidote to our natural tendency to take life's gifts for granted and to dwell in anxiety about the future. Weaving gratitude into your daily routine can fundamentally shift your perspective, recalibrating your focus from a sense of deficiency to a recognition of the abundance that already surrounds you. This can be as simple as taking a moment to feel thankful for a sunlit morning, to appreciate a friend's kindness, or to acknowledge your own progress, however small. By consciously reflecting on these things, you train your mind to seek out and celebrate the positive, creating a foundation of well-being. This practice does more than simply make you feel better. It improves your interactions with the world. A grateful heart projects a warmth and positivity that is naturally attractive to others. But in Stoicism, gratitude is more than a mood booster. It is a tool for mental clarity. It acts as a shield against the corrosive emotions of envy and resentment that can cloud our judgment. When you are grounded in gratitude, you are better equipped to face challenges with a balanced mind, making decisions that are rooted in wisdom, not in fear or frustration. It is a discipline that transforms your inner landscape, allowing you to navigate life with greater peace and purpose. 10. Embrace continuous learning. In the world of Stoicism, the pursuit of wisdom is a journey without a final destination. Life itself is seen as the ultimate classroom, an ongoing adventure of growth, discovery, and adaptation. Stoic philosophers like Seneca and Epictetus stressed that lifelong learning is essential, not merely for acquiring knowledge, but for living a virtuous and fulfilling life. They understood that the more we learn, the better equipped we become to navigate the complexities of our existence and respond wisely to whatever life may bring. To embrace continuous learning is to remain curious, to stay open to new ideas, disciplines, and perspectives. It requires a proactive approach to your own education, where you actively seek opportunities to expand your mind and skills. This might mean reading widely, from literature that nourishes the soul to science that illuminates the world. It could involve exploring new hobbies that test your limits, or engaging in conversations that challenge you to think more critically and empathetically. In our rapidly evolving world, the necessity of continuous learning has never been clearer. To remain adaptable is to remain relevant. But this is not just about keeping pace with external change. It is about fueling your internal growth. By constantly challenging yourself to learn and evolve, you commit to a life of personal excellence, a core Stoic value. To integrate this practice, make learning a daily habit. Set aside time each day to read, to listen, to practice. Step outside your comfort zone and treat every experience, whether a success or a failure, as a lesson. Ask questions, seek feedback, and reflect on your journey. In doing so, you are not just accumulating information, you are cultivating wisdom. 11. Embrace vulnerability. The Stoics understood that true fortitude isn't found in hiding our weaknesses, but in the courage to reveal our genuine selves, our fears and uncertainties included. To embrace vulnerability is not a sign of weakness. Rather, it is an act of bravery. It is the courage to face the truth of our shared human condition, and in doing so, to forge deeper, more authentic connections with those around us. Opening up about our struggles can feel daunting. We often fear that showing who we truly are might lead to judgment or rejection. However, Stoicism reframes this fear, encouraging us to see vulnerability as a gateway to authenticity and growth. By revealing our true selves, we invite others to do the same, creating a space for meaningful and supportive relationships to flourish. This mutual authenticity builds a profound understanding and a bond founded on trust and empathy. Moreover, embracing vulnerability is a direct path to personal growth. When we acknowledge our fears and bring them into the light, we take the first crucial step toward overcoming them. Stoic philosophy teaches that confronting our vulnerabilities is essential for developing resilience. It is only by facing what scares us that we can truly understand ourselves and begin to grow. This process requires a thoughtful reflection on our own limitations, which in turn leads to a deeper knowledge of how we can improve and adapt. In practice, this might mean having an honest conversation with a friend about your challenges, asking for help when you need it, or expressing your emotions openly. It could involve sharing your ideas in a group, or admitting a mistake in your professional life. Each of these acts requires courage, but they also open the door to new levels of personal achievement and satisfaction. To integrate this into your life, consider the Stoic exercise of self-reflection at the end of each day. Assess the moments when you might have hidden your true feelings or masked your insecurities. Consider what held you back, and how you might respond differently in the future to live more authentically. Over time, this practice not only diminishes the fear of vulnerability, but also strengthens your character and enriches your relationships. Stoicism teaches that adversity is not something to be merely endured. It is an essential catalyst for our growth and development. Life, with all its unpredictability and trials, is rarely easy. But the Stoics viewed these challenges not as misfortunes, but as opportunities to build strength and resilience. The Stoic perspective doesn't shy away from hardship. Instead, it embraces it as a vital part of the human experience. In the eyes of a Stoic, every challenge is a teacher in disguise. When we face difficulties, we are given a chance to practice virtues like patience, courage, and endurance. These moments compel us to tap into our inner resources, to dig deep and find solutions we might never have discovered otherwise. This process of facing and overcoming adversity is what builds true resilience, making us not only more capable of handling future challenges, but more confident in our ability to do so. Building resilience through adversity involves a conscious choice to see obstacles as formative rather than destructive. This mindset shift is critical. It's about focusing on what can be gained from each difficult situation. For instance, a professional setback can be an opportunity to learn more about your field or develop new strategies for success. A personal crisis might lead you to discover strengths you never knew you had, or to reaffirm your deepest values and priorities. To cultivate resilience, begin by adopting a Stoic attitude towards daily challenges. Instead of avoiding or complaining about difficulties, ask yourself what each one is teaching you. Reflect on how each experience has shaped you. Consider the skills you've developed as a result, and think about how you can apply those lessons moving forward. Resilience isn't built in a day, but every step you take in learning from adversity solidifies your ability to withstand and adapt to life's inevitable ups and downs. Within the heart of Stoicism lies the art of reflection, a practice not merely recommended, but deemed essential for a life of wisdom and meaning. This philosophy teaches that an unexamined life lacks depth, and it emphasizes the importance of regularly taking stock of our actions, choices, and motivations. This process of self-reflection allows us to gain profound insight into our own behaviors and to align more closely with our core values. Reflection in Stoicism is more than simple introspection. It is a deliberate, structured approach to analyzing how we've handled situations, what decisions we made, and how we can improve. By engaging in this practice consistently, ideally on a daily basis, we cultivate a deeper understanding of ourselves, which, in turn, informs our future choices. This is not just about self-improvement, but about self-awareness, recognizing both our strengths and the areas where we can grow. Practicing the art of reflection can be as simple as spending a few quiet minutes at the end of each day to consider what went well and what did not. It's about asking yourself questions like, did I act according to my principles today? Or, what could I have done better? This process helps to identify patterns in your behavior and gives you the opportunity to course correct. Moreover, regular reflection fosters a more intentional way of living. As you begin to see the consequences of your actions and understand the reasons behind your choices, you become more deliberate in how you move through the world. You will still make mistakes, but you will learn from them more effectively and make better decisions in the future. Reflection also cultivates a sense of inner peace. By affirming that you are living in accordance with your values, or by recognizing where you need to make changes, you can reduce inner conflict and live with greater harmony and purpose, a state the Stoics believed was essential for true happiness. At the core of Stoic philosophy is the cultivation of a robust mindset, the forging of mental strength and resilience. The Stoics believed that a well-trained mind is the foundation of a good life. By cultivating a mindset geared towards empowerment, we can face life's challenges not just with acceptance, but with vigor. This doesn't mean ignoring reality or pretending difficulties don't exist. It means approaching them with a mindset that sees them as opportunities for growth. A strong mindset begins with the deliberate choice to focus on empowering thoughts. This isn't about overlooking negatives, but about choosing to give more energy to constructive thoughts that enhance your ability to respond effectively. For example, instead of dwelling on what might go wrong, a Stoic mindset encourages you to ask what you can do right now to improve the situation. This shift from problem-oriented to solution-oriented thinking is crucial for maintaining a sense of agency and purpose. Training your mind to be resilient is like training a muscle. The more you work it, the stronger it becomes. This involves the regular practice of seeing challenges as opportunities. When faced with a setback, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? Or, how can this experience strengthen me? By habitually framing difficulties in this way, you transform them from mere hurdles into valuable lessons, fostering a resilience that can withstand even the toughest of circumstances. Furthermore, maintaining a positive outlook is a fundamental Stoic practice. This is not a blind optimism, but a reasoned, deliberate choice to find the potential for good in every situation. Stoics use techniques like negative visualization, contemplating worst-case scenarios, not to create fear, but to diminish its power, allowing a more balanced and positive perspective to prevail. To cultivate such a mindset, start by practicing awareness of your thought patterns. Notice when you slip into negativity, and consciously redirect your thoughts toward more productive angles. Mental exercises like journaling or meditation can also help develop the discipline needed to maintain a robust and resilient mind. To live in alignment with your values is a cornerstone of Stoic philosophy. It is the art of creating harmony between what you believe and how you act. Stoicism teaches that true peace comes from within, from a life that is not only successful on the outside, but is also deeply connected to your personal moral principles. This harmony between your values and your actions allows for a life of authenticity, where every decision is imbued with meaning and integrity. For the Stoics, the first critical step is to clearly define your values. These might include honesty, courage, generosity, or loyalty, the ideals that guide your decisions and shape your interactions with the world. Once you know what you stand for, the challenge is to consistently make choices that reflect these principles. This is not always easy. It often requires making difficult decisions that may go against societal expectations or the promise of short-term gain. The reward, however, is a life of authenticity, free from the inner conflict that arises when our actions don't match our beliefs. Living in alignment with your values also means being proactive about the life you create. It involves regularly assessing your lifestyle, relationships, and career to ensure they reflect your core principles. For instance, if you value community, you might choose a profession that allows you to help others or volunteer your time. If you value well-being, your daily habits, from diet to exercise, should support that commitment. When your life aligns with your values, every action becomes more meaningful. You are no longer just going through the motions. You are actively making choices that resonate with your deepest self. This adds a layer of purpose to even the mundane aspects of life, transforming routine tasks into expressions of your principles. Choosing to walk instead of drive can become an expression of valuing health and sustainability, not just a simple choice of transportation. To live this way, it's essential to engage in regular reflection, revisiting and even revising your values as you evolve. This ongoing process ensures that your actions continue to reflect your current beliefs and goals. It also means being mindful of the small choices you make every day, as these are the threads that weave the larger tapestry of your life. Thank you for joining us today to explore these profound Stoic teachings. Remember, the journey toward a life aligned with your deepest values is ongoing. Each step you take is a step toward wisdom and fulfillment. Keep striving, keep growing, and embrace each day with courage and authenticity. If you found today's discussion enriching, I invite you to watch one of the suggested videos on your screen to dive even deeper into the wisdom of Stoicism. Thank you for being a part of Stoic Journal. Together, let's continue to discover the timeless insights that help us lead more meaningful lives.